The half Torah portion for Parsha 25 is Jeremiah 7:21 through 8:3 and 9:22 and 23. Thus says Adonai Tzavat, the God of Israel, you may as well eat the meat of your burnt offerings along with that of your sacrifices, for I didn't speak to your ancestors or give them orders concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices when I brought them out of Egypt. Rather, what I did order them was this: pay attention to what I say, then I will be your God, and you will be my people. In everything, live according to the way that I ordered you, so that things will go well for you. But they neither listened nor paid attention, but lived according to their own plans, in the stubbornness of their evil hearts, thus going backward and not forward. You have done this from the day your ancestors came out of Egypt until today, even though I sent you all my servants, the prophets, sending them time after time. They would not listen or pay attention to me, but stiffened their necks. They did worse than their ancestors. So tell them all this, but they won't listen to you. Likewise call to them, but they won't answer to you. Therefore say to them, this is the nation that has not listened to the voice of Adonai their God. They won't take correction. Faithfulness has perished. It has vanished from their mouths. Cut off your hair and throw it away. Take up a lament on the bare hills, for Adonai has rejected and abandoned the generation that arouses his anger. For the people of Judah have done what is evil from my perspective, says Adonai. They have set up their detestable things in the house which bears my name, to defile it. They have built the high places of Tophet in the Ben Hinnom valley, to burn their sons and daughters in the fire, something I never ordered. In fact, such a thing never even entered my mind. Therefore the days are coming, says Adonai, when it will no longer be called either Tophet or Ben Hinnom valley, but the valley of slaughter. They will put the dead in Tophet, because there will be no space left anywhere else. The corpses of this people will become food for the birds in the air and the wild animals. No one will frighten them away. Then in the cities of Judah and the streets of Jerusalem I will silence the sounds of joy and gladness and the voice of the bridegroom and bride, because the day of the land will be reduced to ruins. At that time, Adonai says, these enemies will remove the bones of kings of Judah, the bones of his princes, the bones of the Cohen, the bones of the prophets, and the bones of the inhabitants of Jerusalem from their grave. They will spread them out, exposed to the sun, the moon, and the entire army of heaven, whom they loved, served, walked after, sought after, and worshipped. These bones will not be collected or reburied, but will be left laying on the ground like dung. All the survivors of this evil family who remain wherever I have driven them will prefer death to life, says Adonai Tzavat. And then 9:22 and 23. Here is what Adonai says. The wise man should not boast of his wisdom. The power should not boast of his power. The wealthy should not boast of his wealth. Instead, let the boaster boast about this, that he understands and knows me, that I am Adonai, practicing grace, justice, and righteousness in the land. For in these things I take pleasure, says Adonai.